You know, it's usually females. You know, the fine
God.
chick you see,
God.
you look like, damn, babe.
Right.
You know, if you take a picture, it lasts longer.
Right.
Hey, they right through the spirit of why y'all shy.
Yeah.
You know.
God. Photosynthesis, you know,
Yeah.
it has to do with light. You
Yeah,
know?
that's right. I'm gonna get that fourth one for you again, brother. It's to enlighten, spiritually imbue with saving knowledge.
Okay. So replace that word illumination when we read it in Sirach 25. I'm gonna read it. It says, "But the love of Yahweh Shem Shai compasseth all things for enlightenment."
Mm-hmm.
Right? For the endowing of spiritual knowledge. Right?
That's right.
So the Most High's top priority is to give us this knowledge so that we can do what we're supposed to do on the earth.
That's right.
Because this is like it says in the previous verse, there is none above him that feareth the Lord. So he's gonna look at us like, okay, you get these specific tools that are greater than rubies. If the Most High gave Esau all these Bentleys and jets and the power to basically blow up the world with these nuclear missiles, man, how much do you what do you think? How much more if the scriptures say that wisdom is not to be compared to rubies and all of these things? How much more do you think the Lord loves us if He gave us wisdom?
Yeah, that's right.
You know,
that's right.
You can read down to verse 12.
Yeah, kind of. That's what you know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I brought this up. We get it. I just wanted to get all the skin off the bone. But it says in verse 11, continuing in verse 11, he that holdeth it, whereunto shall he be likened? Because he has more riches than the so-called white man.
That's right.
That's why Yahushua said in Revelation, I know thy tribulation and thy poverty, but thou art rich.
That wisdom, knowledge,
Right, because we've been endowed with the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding of these scriptures.
Yep.
We've been illuminated. We've been enlightened.
The fear of Yahweh Shem Shai takes care of all that.
God. Okay, before we get verse 12, I want to get Proverbs chapter 9, and 9.
Proverbs 9:9. Give instruction to a wise man, and he will be yet wiser. Teach a just man, and he will increase in learning.
Go ahead, keep going.
Verse 10. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and the knowledge of the holy is understanding.
Right. So the fear of Yahweh Shem Shai is the beginning of wisdom. It's the beginning of receiving that riches, those riches, those rubies, those things that we store up in heaven that we hope to receive when Yahweh inherits the kingdom of heaven. Right? Because life is more than just gold and silver. You want to understand what that gold does, what properties why did the Most High make gold?
That's right.
See, if you give Jake a brick of gold, he's just gonna go sell it for some drugs or for a car and get in a wreck. You know what I'm saying?
Kill yourself with it.
Right? But with wisdom, you take a blade of grass and do more with that than, all the gold in the world. As an analogy. Yep. But that's what we strive to achieve, because we don't have all the wisdom, knowledge, understanding of that we're able to receive yet, because we're not in the kingdom.
Yeah, you gotta obtain, like you said earlier, assets. You gotta obtain assets.
Mm-hmm.
And gold is what is an asset, and at the same time it's a defense. Money's a defense. Mm-hmm. So if you have that defense and that asset, it makes you what? It makes you more strengthened. God. And being a man of the Lord, Abaratazar with those men, an asset is having that fear of Yahweh Shem Shai. So you made yourself that much more qualified and have more value.
God.
You become more valuable, but why? Because you have assets. Because what people in the society, like the brother was going into, get caught up with the paper, get caught up how you look so great on paper. Well, what you got is what's value? Mm-hmm. Oh, this asset. That's why when the IRS come for you, man, they want to liquidate some things. They want to see what you
assets
got.
You got.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, what you got? We gonna come for that value.
Mm-hmm.
The same thing we have by Shem Shai, but it's spiritual. Mm-hmm. Your asset is what? Is the spirit and the fear of Yahweh Yahushua.
Con, the water, bro. Yeah. Yeah. So when you read that scripture in Proverbs 9 and 10. It says the fear of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua is the beginning of wisdom, and the knowledge of the holy is understanding. So the holy scriptures, the knowledge of the holy scriptures is understanding. The
That's
law
right.
of the Most High.
That's right.
You know, we're supposed to, we're supposed to know that.
That's
you
right.
know, because that's the law book. You go to not the judicial, but there's 3 branches: executive, judicial, and the legislative.
Yeah.
When you go to the legislative branch, all them lawyers do is read the freaking books all day.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, where do you get the word lawyer from? Lawyer.
Yeah.
Join to me, the tribe of Levi,
Yeah.
Exactly.
right? Which received the law.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. So like it when you're going there to be a part of the jury, when you're on jury duty, when you leave, whether you're selected or not, what do they give you? They give you a book. Just like the brother was saying, books. You know,
Instruction.
Yeah,
It's a guide.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God, yeah, that's that. You know, this is the owner's manual to the kingdom of heaven.
Mm-hmm.
You know, these scriptures. You know, so that's why we're constantly toiling in it. That's why we pray to be able to receive the understanding, as much understanding of it that we can,
That's
because
right.
we know according to Isaiah, wisdom and knowledge is going to be the stability of our time and the strength of our salvation.
That's
right.
Because through that understanding of the scriptures, we're going to be able to remember the promises that the Most High had for us. Basically, the promises of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob,
Yeah.
right? To push on to the kingdom. He promised
right.
Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob a kingdom.
That's right.
It's not given to Ishmael. It's not given to Esau. It's not given to the Ammonites. It's given to the Israelites.
That's
So that's the strength of our salvation is going to be us remembering that promise.
That's right.
That's always what it was.
That's right.
You know. And so that's why. Okay, now we can Bible study. Can we go back to Sirach 25 and 12?
Come.
You got it.
Let me see.
I can read it.
Let me.
You got it.
Hold up to 25. So like my screen there went out.
Kind. Yeah, it's Sirach chapter 25 and 12. It says, "The fear of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua is the beginning of His love, and faith is the beginning of cleaving unto Him." All right, so this joins. So the fear of the Lord and faith are intertwined,
That's right.
right? Because it's using one thing to compare it to another because there's a colon there.
That's right.
Right? And so it says the fear of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua is the beginning of His love. So we have a chance in entering into the kingdom by fearing the Lord, right? We have a chance in seeing His good side, because right now we're under the curses.
Yeah.
We're not really receiving the blessings. So we pretty much we've seen His back is turned to Israel as a nation.
Yeah.
Okay, but he's going to turn His face to His elect and have mercy unto His elect because of their obedience,
Yeah.
because they fear the Lord.
Because we're really in a time of mercy, like the brother's going into. So this is really our time to get back in good
Graces.
Yeah, good graces.
God.
You know, can't continue on a horrible ass path like 2/3 of these people, man.
God.
2/3 like 2/3 of our people.
God.
You know what I'm saying?
God.
Come.
Yeah, I mean, we take it because we're all offenders.
That's
Right
right.
now, we in spiritual rehab, or
That's right.
spiritual probation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Probation rehab.
Spiritual probation, man.
Our righteousness is as filthy rags.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, we're
That's-
not.
Yeah, that also proved that he always throughout of Israel, all the history of Israel, proved that Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua always kept that remnant
Yep.
from bullshit.
That's right.
Throughout the whole existence, he always kept a remnant, man.
That's right.
That's crazy, bro.
That's right.
All through all the exiles that Israel went through, he always kept that remnant, man.
That's right, dog.
Man, that was go fear him and not bow down to Baal, you know.
That's right.
God. Yeah, and that's what the men of the Lord are doing. You know, as it says in the book of Revelation, no guile shall be found in their mouths. You know, because we're not gonna curse Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua with our lips. We're gonna keep the integrity that Job had, that Job kept. You know, when he was tried by Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua.
That's right.
You know,
Well, brother.
Abaratazah. Those men of the Lord will do that.
Come.
You know,
That's right.
and so we strive every day to accomplish and fulfill the scriptures. Like Yahushua, he didn't go on the cross easily. He had to fulfill the scriptures because it was written of him, but it wasn't always easy.
That's right.
You know, so but he knew he was according to the scriptures.
That's right. I
You know, and so it's as important it is to remember that we are, our righteousness is nothing but filthy rags. Confidence is important too in order to balance that out.
Yeah, trusting.
Trusting in Yahweh Shem Shai.
That's right.
Because right now, if you do a statistical search, basically, we won't be able to actually do a poll. But if we looked at it, Jake don't really have the truth. Even ones who know that they're Israelites, even ones who know the name of the Lord,
You're right.
Don't really have the true wisdom. It's the true understanding of the doctrine.
That's right.
They get it messed up. They failing the spiritual test. And when all hell breaks loose, we're really going to see who has the truth and who doesn't.
That's right. Is it in you?
Right.
Like the old Gatorade commercial.
I hear about a commercial. I didn't know what
You know what I'm
saying?
saying? Is it in you?
It's in you, trying to bring it out of you.
Kind. But was that? Did we read that? Okay.
Verse
12. We already read that, right?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So the last one that I wanted to get was in Job 28 and 28, and you brothers.
Okay. Job 28, brother.
Kind.
Let me see. Okay. This is Job, chapter 28, verse 28. And unto man he said...
I'm sorry, bro. I just saw this. Can you read verse 12 and through 12 and 13, and then go to 28?
12 and 13, bro?
Yeah, 12 verses 12 and 13, and then go to 28.
Okay.
Or Job 28 and 12.
Yeah, 28 and 12, kind of.
My bad. I went back to you said Ecclesiasticus or
No,
Job?
no, Job.
Oh, so
yeah,
my
go
bad.
up in the chapter. I just saw something. Yeah,
I flipped the screen back. My bad.
Kind.
I got it. You got
You
it.
got it, brother?
Yeah.
Okay.
Job 28 and 12. Job 28 and 12. But where shall wisdom be found? And where is the place of understanding?
Mm-hmm.
Verse 13. Man knoweth not the price thereof, neither is it found in the land of the living.
Right. So that backs up what we just said. They don't really have it. They looking for it. The scriptures say that Israel they had the zeal of the Most High, but not according to knowledge.
That's right. Yeah.
You see?
He said in the land of the living, which proved this is the land of the lost.
Yeah.
If this ain't the land of the living, it's opposite of living.
Yeah.
Jacob's lost and dead.
Only thing living here is men who have woken up, the elect.
Actually, yeah, true. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing, and it's barely that. And I like to say the why y'all shout.
Yeah, kind. I mean, the land of the living is known as earth, as opposed to the spiritual world.
That's right.
Because the angels, they have the understanding already.
That's right.
They see that and they commune with the Yahweh face to face. They don't go off. But us, we constantly, as human beings in the flesh, we constantly are subject to vanity and subject to going not according to the will of the Most High. That's right. So that's why wisdom and knowledge has been taken away from carnal man.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
And that's why scripture say that a carnal man receiveth not the things of the Most High.
That's right.
Right?
And he said, man knoweth not the price.
Yeah.
If you understand the wisdom and knowledge and understanding the price, by you knowing that, and if you part of the elect, that leads to salvation.
Yeah.
They don't even know the price. That's crazy, man. I'm looking at the scripture. They don't even know the price thereof.
God.
Easier to find in the land of.
Because if Jake knew, look at what Jake doing just for corruptible crowns. Yeah. Kicking down doors, killing niggas, selling dope to his mama.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, bro.
Real talk.
Doing crazy shit, having sex with other man's wives, selling his soul, getting popped by another Edomite.
Yeah.
Just to, these are extreme examples, but Jake do wickedness on a daily basis.
Yeah. On a regular extreme.
Right. And for something that's corruptible.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? For something that's gonna last just for a pinch of time.
And that's gonna get burnt up.
It's something that's gonna get for something that's get burnt up. If they only knew. That's what the scriptures say in Deuteronomy 32. Basically, if they only knew what the Most High had for them, if they was going to continue on the path of righteousness, if they only knew, then they would consider their ways and change up. But the Most High that's not His will. His will is to preserve the riches of this word to a specific amount of people. That's right. The elect of the nation of Israel. That's right. And our inheritance is gonna last forever. That's why I just want to get that, and then we jump to 28, verse 28, and then that's
Job 28 and 8. And unto man he said, behold, the fear of the Lord, that is wisdom, and to depart from evil is understanding.
Right. So revering Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, that's true wisdom, man. That's true riches. That's going to lead to riches. That's going to lead to knowledge. Right? And then it says, and to depart from evil is understanding.